was the frustration feel like for you at the big comeback and then Roy Crawford maybe a pitch away from getting past Paris and getting you all back into the spot for that game?
Yeah, you like first 9 innings of that game are really good, right? You're proud of the way the guys go about it. They battled. Defense continues to do a nice job. You battle at the plate. Obviously, there's frustration when you come back from a 3-run deficit there and give it back up. But if you continue to play the way we've been playing, it'll go our way. So is there frustration? Absolutely. Nobody likes losing that style of game right there. You feel like you played hard and you want to win. But yeah, there's frustration, but there's a lot of good things that also came out of the day.
Talked a lot about how you all, especially in April, need to be a little bit careful with the relievers just in terms of what that looks like load-wise. What kind of challenges a couple of games like this back-to-back this early in the year?
Yeah, it's tough. Maton not wanting to use him today. If you think about how late he got to us in spring, his buildup has been very, different than the rest of the guys as far as when you're in spring training, you throw 2 days off, you throw and you build into it. He didn't have the opportunity to do that with us and face hitters, so you're asking for a lot. I love his overall approach. If you ask him to take the ball, he's going to take it. But if we want him with us all year, it's best to stay away from him today. So you're navigating that. No real lane for a lefty, so you're going with Fern. Leahy did a really nice job, efficient through 2 there, and then got us to Helsley once we tied it at 3. But yeah, the extra innings got us.
What's the balancing act that you have in managing to win the game, obviously, but also putting relievers in a position, in high leverage positions, like Roycroft, who's new, but has shown in spring that he can handle it, and maybe introducing them to new higher leverage roles that they haven't had much experience in?
What's the alternative? I'm not with that one. I'm not sure if there's a real balance other than like he's got to throw today. Yeah, you look at what you have available today, and he's the guy that goes after Fern. So it's a matter of you're in extra innings, and Maton today would have been absolute emergency, which we didn't want to touch that today. So it's not a matter of giving him an opportunity to see what he's capable of doing as much as this is this turn to go pitch. Yeah, but I do like what we're seeing out of him. Left one there, the slider there for Paris, but other than that, man, did a nice job of getting 2 outs without them scoring. Just couldn't finish it there at the end.
Long time ago, but were you happy with what you got from Livia? The 4 batter stretch. Otherwise, he was pretty nice.
Pretty darn good, man. Mixed well. Held his velo. Did a really nice job of that slider was a good pitch for him. Mixing the cutter, a couple breaking balls, but overall, I really liked what we saw out of him. He was on the attack from pitch 1. You mentioned it. 4 guys kind of back there, put some good swings on him, but outside of that, he navigated a heavy righty lineup well.
How meaningful is it for him to have kind of hit that wall, but be able to come back from it and give you several innings after that point that were shut out?
Yeah, I like the fact that he was able to do that, just the mentality behind that. He was really efficient all the way through. So we wanted to keep him right at 75 today in order to build off of that and get him to 85, 90 next time out. But yeah, it was good to see him pitch through that and then come back out and throw up some zeros.
How do you think allowed him to do that? Was that the stubbornness of things? Was it maybe what worked and leaning into that?
As far as bouncing back after the runs?
Yeah, bouncing back after.
Yeah, he's done a nice job of just flushing and each inning being its own inning. I like where he's at mentally right now. His approach has been really good. He's worked a ton at it. I think we talk a lot about physically what guys are doing or the shape of a pitch or their bullpens, but he's put a lot of work into the mental side of this and making sure that he can get through the season in those type of times where it doesn't go his way. So he's put a lot of work in on that side of the game.
Do you think it's a big thing that in his first start he breezes through 2 innings and everybody goes, like we talked about, God, you know he can be a reliever. Then he hits a rough patch the second time through a lineup. I think it's a big thing for him as a starter to come back from that. to not.
Yeah, I think the questions would have been very different if he didn't come back from it, right? We'd be sitting here and going, well, we told you he's a reliever. Well, have at it. You know, like, he pushed through it, found a way to still give you a couple more innings after that, and that's what you want to see out of him. That's what he's capable of doing. So, again, he's worked, to his credit, he's worked really hard at that. So it's good to see him have an opportunity to show it. Yeah.
With Luke and Baker coming off the bench, and that's a spot that kind of worked on in spring training during the scenarios.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you kind of take away from that?
Another opportunity, like, that fits into that bucket a little more as far as he worked at it a ton in spring of just coming off the bench, taking in that bat against that lefty, and man, he came through really well there. Siani Runstrom Contreras has to come into the game, but a phenomenal at bat. It's tough to come off the bench and come through like that. So I love his approach at the plate, man, just controlling the strike zone and staying within himself regardless of the moment. So that was a good one for sure. Yeah.
You think there's more to get against Hendricks?
Yeah, I always think that, right? It's, yeah.